The Challenge Academy at Fort McCoy is dealing with its own H1N1 outbreak. So many people got sick that tomorrow's graduation ceremony is being closed to the public. News Channel 8's Cynthia Schweigert joins us live in the studio to tell us how they're dealing with the virus. Cynthia?
Well, officers first noticed cadets had H1N1 symptoms about 2 weeks ago. They believe someone brought back the virus after the cadets were allowed to go home for a break. So sick cadets were separated from the healthy ones. And just this morning, after a week of being split apart, they were allowed to come back together. The Challenge Academy is, as of this morning, declared symptom-free, but officers are still being very cautious to make sure no one new is exposed to the virus. After 5 months of boot camp-like training, the cadets at Fort McCoy's Challenge Academy were set to celebrate tomorrow's graduation.
Good.
Like many who come to the academy, Dante Rolls wanted to change his life and had been looking forward to sharing his accomplishment with his family.
My whole family, my little brother, my grandma, my cousins, a lot of people.
But in just 5 days, 46 cadets got sick with the H1N1 virus. That's 40% of Dante's graduating class.
It was just like crazy because we wanted to know who's going to get hit with it next.
The first 3 cadets that had it were tested. They all came back positive. And then not to inundate the testing system, they just assumed that the rest were positive.
The Challenge Academy took the advice of health officials and made tomorrow's graduation private. Only cadets and officers can attend.
To not celebrate that with their families when they're complete, it takes a little out of the sales.
Dante never got hit with H1N1. He and other healthy cadets are being cautious.
Every time we walked into a new part of barracks, we always have personal hand sanitizer on us, wash our hands more than twice every time we use the bathroom, ma'am.
Dante says at first he was disappointed his family couldn't see him graduate. But he says they're sure to notice how he has changed.
Now, I care my future. I want to do something. I want to make something about my life. I want to be a successful person like my dad.
Now, even though the Challenge Academy is symptom-free, there are still some cadets dealing with the H1N1 symptoms. The Academy says making the graduation private is an effort to protect the elderly and young kids who would come to celebrate. Now, also in Monroe County, there are 10 confirmed cases of H1N1. 3 of those confirmed are at the Academy.
All right, thank you, Cynthia. The deputy director of the Challenge Academy says others at Fort McCoy have become infected with H1N1. He says the virus is working its way through their community.